A poll recently came out of 2,000 Americans examining our eating and snacking habits and discovered that the majority of us are what they're referring to as zombie eaters, admitting that we look at screens while eating, from our TVs to our phones and our laptops. And joining me, Judy Gaman, who is the CEO of Executive Medicine of Texas, and she's going to share maybe some things on why that's probably not good for us. Good morning, Judy. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me on, and I am really excited that we're talking about this because it's a really big deal. When you look at these statistics, it's mind-boggling. And this is that people more and more are sitting in front of their television. Up to 91% of people say, yeah, I've eaten in front of the TV, and 49% do it on a regular basis. But even more shocking, I think, is when they poll them, where are all the places you eat? 67% of us are eating at our desk at work. 79 people eat on the couch, but 48% eat on the floor. Isn't that bizarre?
What?
I find that so bizarre.
All right, now that's the one area I don't go on bed. That's basically because I've gotten to the age that I can't get up off the floor.
Right? And that is one way to, really keep from eating on the floor. But 61% of people eat in their bed. I'm thinking, how do you roll around in those crumbs? I mean, that's just disgusting.
Well, talk to my kids. They'll tell you. No, I don't know. I shouldn't say that. My youngest, I was sitting on the couch eating, and he came up to me, and honest to God, he pulled out the vacuum cleaner and said, "Get up."
I love it. That's great.
So I guess he's got a clean streak in him. But that points to the fact that is where we're eating. I find it the battle was getting kids to actually have dinner together at the dinner table.
It is. And really, we should be having dinner at the dinner table. This is where the relationships are made. This is what's so important to bonding within the family. And really, they're saying now that only 3 meals in a week are eaten at the kitchen table. We need to be having dinner every night at the kitchen table. And if you can, have breakfast together. We've got to get back to this because this is the fabric that keeps us together. It keeps us talking. One of the things that we do at our dinner table is we do highlights and lowlights. And that way we can hear what was the highlight and what was the low light of each other's day. It really helps us understand each other a little bit more. And it's really important, especially for the kids, even adult kids. Our kids are adults, but they grew up doing this, and now we see them doing this with their own kids. And it's really a beautiful thing. I will tell you, if you watch TV, it depends on what you watch. There was another study out of Cornell you might find interesting, and that is if you watch an action movie, you're going to eat 98% more than you normally would.
Isn't
if you
that
watch
interesting? Yeah.
It is, right? And if you watch a sad movie, a tearjerker, 58% more than you normally would have eaten. So these numbers are just staggering. I think not only do you do yourself a favor by eating at the kitchen table because you're bonding, but it looks like you'd actually eat less.
Wow. Well, on the other hand, if you watch Jerry Springer reruns, you probably can't eat anything.
That's true. That'll turn your stomach. But it sure makes you feel good about yourself, doesn't it?
Doesn't it? Yes, it's like, well, phew, at least I've got problems, but not that bad.
At least I'm not them.
Oh, my. But with that, I guess I have to ask, binge watching affects our eating habits too, right? I mean, if we take our favorite shows well, I don't know, I guess it almost doesn't matter. Like The Walking Dead, everybody was watching that for the longest time, or some of the other ones that are big, and you binge watch them. You don't. How does that affect our eating?
So this is what happens, and I'm sure your listeners are going to say, yeah, I've done that before. You get your snack, whatever it is. For me, it's a bowl of pistachios. For some people, it's pretzels or chips or whatever. They get their snack in their bowl. They go in front of the TV. They're halfway through. They don't even remember eating it because this is the zombie eating part, right? You're just shoveling it in while you're staring at the television. And then on the commercial, you're like, oh, I'm out of pistachios or I'm out of chips. So you go back and you get more. So this whole thing of regulating how much you're eating, the portions you're eating, goes away because you're not mindful of how much you're eating. I like to say to our patients here at Executive Medicine of Texas, if you take your snacks and you divide them into those little snack baggies, and you say, this is my snack, and it's in the baggie, then you can actually control your portions and be a little more mindful. You only get one baggie. because it's kind of a trick on the mind psychologically, but it tends to work. And if you want to be really good, put like things like carrots in those baggies, almonds in the baggies, the things that you're healthier snacks for you in those snack baggies.
All right, so it really is thinking a lot about it, and as a parent, making sure you're watching what the kids are doing and try to, I call it regaining control. Like I had to have the meeting with the kids the other day and say, okay, summer's almost over, back to school. I've got to get back in control with you guys. Dinner tonight at 5 o'clock. And they laughed at me, thought, you're not going to be ready till 6:30. But I'm going to work on it.
Well, the routine is good for us. It's good for our children. It's good for our family. It's good for us as adults, even if you don't have kids or even if you're single. Maybe some of your listeners may say, well, I live alone. I don't need a routine. Actually, it helps your body. It helps your circadian rhythms. It helps your metabolism just to be in a routine. This is when I go to bed. This is when I wake up. This is when I eat. The body likes that. And if you do those things, your body will thank you.
Is in that study or any of these studies, has it shown this binge eating is making us put on the pounds?
Oh, yeah. They've done so much research on this. Not only is binge eating putting the pounds on us, but the fact of eating while doing something else with a screen actually puts pounds on you. It slows down the metabolism. Some people don't realize that they actually burn more calories when they sleep than they do when they watch television.
Wow, that's interesting.
It just shuts the system down.
All right, Judy Gaman from Executive Medicine of Texas. You're the CEO there, of course. And thank you so much for this information on binge eating. We gotta change our habits, America. Thank you so much.
Always a pleasure, Gary.